It is now time for the 2026 MLB Draft. Quick overview of the team. We're July 11th, 2026, 65 and 25, 8 games up in the NL. The next best team in the league is the Rays, in Major League is the Rays with 58 wins. So the 722, not quite as good as last season, but still a pretty darn good year. Expanded standings-wise, we're +4. We do it the best run differential in the majors at +167. 8-4 at extra inning games, 15-9 in one-run games. Things are pretty good. And let's just look at the info page. We're near the top in most offensive categories. Second in runs scored, runs allowed we're first in ERA, third in starter ERA, first in bullpen ERA, first in efficiency, first in zone rating, first in BABIP. We 19-8 in April, 23-6 in May, 17-8 in June, and lowest winning percentage so far is July. We're 6-3. Oh, and one thing I want to show you is, so Portland is 31-59. Honolulu, pretty respectable, 43-47. And right now it would be the Phillies, Brewers, Dodgers, and Padres, and then the Rays, Red Sox, Rangers, and Mariners in the postseason. And I will get into the individual players in the next video that I do like mid-July in like a few days. Normally I do it around the All-Star break. But the All-Star break got screwed up, I think, with expansion, and it was back in June after like 75 games. So it was actually closer to the midway point than normal. But I'll do a mid-June trade deadline preview and then a trade deadline recap August 1st, all as one video like I normally do. But one pretty major thing is Juan Soto tore his meniscus. He's out for 4 more weeks. He's only played in 19 games this year. He went out on April 21st. So we've played most of the season without the reigning NL MVP, unfortunately, which is, it's a pretty major thing. Let's look at the minor leagues first, and then we'll get to the draft player development. The update already came out for, I think, the July 1st update. So third best system in baseball. And let's just look at some of these dudes and how they're doing. Mike Anthony Valdez, he's in Double-A, doing quite well, 135 WRC plus. I mean, he's not destroying the league, but he's clearly ready to be promoted. Number 4 prospect in baseball, and he's 25. I'm just having him work on some positioning. Like I had him play some first base, got that up to 45. I'm trying him at second base now. He's not going to be good, but he could be adequate enough to like maybe you can play him there one day a week, right? I just try to do this with prospects to try to find ways when they come up, if there's a guy entrenched at like third base, say Manny Machado, a way where Valdez can play like 4 different positions once a week, twice a week for some. So then he's basically an everyday player, but so are basically all the guys he's playing for too. They just get rested once a week, kind of like the Dodgers do. I mean, the Dodgers have done that with multiple guys where they play them all around the diamond and they end up almost like an everyday player. So Caleb Ford, the guy we got from the O's, he's the 22nd best prospect. He's struggled a bit. His WAR is negative, partially because he's been bad at the plate, but also because I've been bouncing around. I got his second base rating up, and he didn't have one to start the year. So just a 78 WRC plus. So he did make the jump from rookie ball to high A, but he's 23. I was hoping to be able to make it. He has not made that jump yet. So hopefully he'll pick it up. Danny San Miguel, rookie ball. He's 11 games in and ripping it up with a 167 WRC plus. He just about held his own there last year as an 18-year-old. I would say end of July, I'd be looking to promote him to low A and give him a month there as a 19-year-old to end the season. And then let's see, Nicholas Perez, who is the guy we got from Texas back in 2023, number 37 prospect. He's made the jump to Double-A. Well, he ended the season at Double-A last year and was pretty good, but he's struggled a bit this year. He's still just 21, so hopefully he can have a better second half. And then this guy came out of nowhere, Kelvin Espino, a guy I signed as a free agent in 2021, and just kind of like languished in rookie ball for a few years and then started doing better. And now, I mean, he's 24 in low A. I have not controlled him. I should probably take control of him. You can see his scouting. He's gone in the last 3 years from a 30 to a 55 potential. You can see he's really just started to come out of nowhere. Hopefully he can continue to improve. Maybe we've got another Mario Armendáriz on our hand. This is what like an MVP kind of did for me in my OSIM. He was like in rookie ball and did nothing for years, for like 4 years, and then all of a sudden 2 years later was like an MVP candidate on my team. So maybe Espino is taking the Armendáriz track. Drew Romo's in the majors. We'll get to him in the next video. Hector Davila, my top pitching prospect, unfortunately out for the year with a fractured elbow, but was pitching well with a 3.50 ERA in 72 innings in Double-A. So it's disappointing that he's out. Mick Abel is up at the big club and pitching well. Will Carson, my number 1 pick from 2024, is pitching well in Double-A. He'll probably get the call to Triple-A before too long. And Carter Daniels in Triple-A. Carter was my 14th round pick from 2021. He now throws 99 to 101. He's put up 1.8 WAR, 2.74 ERA, and a 3.51 FIP in 82 innings in Triple-A. So definitely, I think, a future piece in Philadelphia. Kyle Mott has been up and down a bit. He's pitched fine with a 4.53 ERA, 3.79 FIP in Triple-A. Number 131 prospect is Edwin Flores, who is my international free agent signing last year, and he's still at the international complex. He's just turned 17. I didn't want to promote him too soon. I'll promote him next year to rookie ball. Luke Ellis, 17th round pick from 2021, a lefty who will probably see some time in the majors, more time in the majors next season. He's pitched a couple days from this year when I've needed a fresh arm, but he's pitching well with a 3.62 ERA, 3.19 FIP across 77 innings in AAA. And where do we go? Here we go. Marco Pantoja, the 33rd overall pick last year. He's an A-ball at 23 years old and has a league average bat. Not great, but I'm getting him some work out in the outfield, working on his position flexibility, just like I was talking about with Mike Anthony Valdez. I'll probably promote him just because of his age to high A here and hope he can start next year in Double-A as a 24-year-old. And then we got Drew Gray, the two-way player, ripping it up in Double-A at the bat with a 143 WRC plus. Pitching not as good, 0.9 WAR, negative 0.2 R WAR. Much better FIP than ERA. But I think he'll make the jump to AAA here to end the season. I kind of like to do that, give guys like the last month of the season at the level I think they'll be at next year. Rock Riggio's on the big league club. Nate Culberson is my 7th round pick from 2025. He's 22. He's almost 23 years old, but he is ripping up high A after really just dominating last year in, well, not dominating, didn't play enough to say that, but he'll be in Double-A before long. He's really only a first baseman. I don't know where we'll find room for him, but if he keeps hitting, we'll figure it out. Jason Diaz, of course, my 4th round pick from 2023, pitching fine in AAA with a 4.09 ERA, a 4.43 FIP across 94 and 2/3 innings. I made an international free agent signing. Let me find that. This guy. Yeah, I signed the guy I wanted. I got the guy I wanted, which was awesome. Cesar Paredes. Looking like a good corner outfielder. The arm is a little weak, probably a left fielder. He can't play any infield positions either. He could fake it as a center fielder with the 60 range if you need him to. Right fielder, the arm's weak, but again, he can get there. Good work ethic, good adaptability, and just looks like a monster with the bat. If his contact and avoid Ks works out that well, and if his eye is even like decent, he's going to be a great hitter. But he's a long ways away. I mean, he's probably 2 years from even starting in rookie ball. So he's a long ways away. But always good to get the guy that I wanted. All right, so let's go to the draft. Let's do some rounds. We're picking 31st overall. The Pickles and the Pacifics are both behind us. And the mock draft has us picking second baseman Jake Weber. He's just 17. If this guy was there, I mean, I like his contact and his avoid Ks. I don't like his defensive profile or his lack of discipline. It looks like he could be like mediocre at most every position that isn't short or center. But he could play all over the diamond. Yeah, we'll see about that. First overall, Ben Hilgman. That's what we're going with. A college bat out of the University of Florida, looking like a possible monster with the power. They have him listed as a shortstop. I don't think I'll stick there. And then Ken Gieske. Wow. 70 range and oh, wow. 70 range, and this is his power and eye. This guy could be like an MVP candidate. Like, what if he's the best slugger in the league and a Gold Glove caliber center fielder? Man, I wish I was picking up at the top of the draft. And then Josh Knipp, a pitcher, predicted to go 3rd overall. Control is an issue. He's only got 2 pitches. I don't know if that's going to develop. He's got good work ethic, extreme ground ball. I would not be picking him there because more often than not, this changeup doesn't develop, and he's just a bullpen arm. You can't shoot for a bullpen arm with the 3rd pick. So let's start the draft. Let's see who goes first. Oh, they went off the grid here. Jeff Coyne. That's a pretty good looking pitcher. I mean, he's going to be ready for the majors soon. I don't like the low work ethic, but his bonus demand is $10 million. Whoa, that's high. So where he was 7th in the mock draft to the Royals. I want to see where Ken Gieske goes because everybody should want him. All right, the Pirates did take Gieske 2nd. All right, and then let's just see who the Cubs take here 3rd. Okay, so what do we say this is? Hildman? Yeah, I mean, really good bat. This is a good player. Don't love the low intelligence, but he's got the high work ethic to hopefully balance it out. Yeah, so let's auto draft until Philadelphia. Let's go up here. Let's go all batters. Let's go all players for a minute. Yeah, it's going to show us a bunch of starters and stuff. Okay. Anyways, let's see what my scout says. Let's start with that. Scouting director recommendation. Center fielder Steve Childrey. Ooh, I like this power bat. He wants 1.1 million, which is below slot, I think. So I mean, he looks like he could be a good right fielder for you. He's not going to play center field with that 55 range. So he's a corner outfielder with a potentially monster bat. High schooler, though, still years away from making an impact, which is fine. I don't really draft for timeline. I think last year I went floor versus ceiling this late in the draft, but Childrey is the type of guy who, with this good of a potential bat, I mean, potentially like a home run champion here, potentially one of the best power hitters in the game, and a good enough contact and a solid avoid Ks and I. This is a guy that, yeah, I like him. So let's say if we wanted a pitcher, he's going to recommend Jerry Holland. I don't like the 2 pitches. I think I'm going to stay away from him because I don't trust that 3rd pitch is going to develop. So Holland's off my board. But there's a couple other 55 pitchers. Dave Simwell. He's got the 2 pitches. He wants a $4 million demand. I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with him. I think I have a bunch of pitchers like him already who are like early to mid-20s and look like they could just be decent major league pitchers. Jelani Watley is a high school pitcher. Worried about, is this splitter or changeup going to be good enough to use? He also wants $6.5 million, which is well over slot. I'm not really all that in love with him. I think the big difference is, Childrey could bust out just as badly as that high school arm I just looked at, but Childrey at least has a ceiling where it's like, well, yeah, but he could be a franchise player, right? Like, I mean, this guy could be awesome. Now, at 18, drafting, 31st overall or wherever I am, like, the chances of these guys becoming great players for me are not great. They're not great. Let's just make sure there aren't any other starters that we're missing. Bobby Jones, good loyalty and intelligence, 17. I don't trust those pitches to develop. We're going to look at those guys. Chris Kramer. Yeah, he's got the developed pitches at least. Low intelligence. I don't like that. He's 6'8". Wow. There's not a lot in terms of the pitching that I'm finding all that intriguing. Yeah, so, I don't know. I think I do like Childrey the best. Let's see if I ask for a shortstop recommendation. We got Josh Jacobson, who's a 45 overall. I mean, his arm and double play is awesome. Range of 65 is fine enough, but that bat, I mean, yeah, at 21, like, if he was further along, if his current was closer to his full potential, might be intrigued in some way, but the 65 range combined with that kind of turns me off. This guy's also listed as a shortstop. Bad eye. Other than that, I kind of like him. Nate Donald is listed as a center fielder. He's not really a center fielder, but his bat looks fine. Royalbert Eagleson. I like this guy's name. Whoa, a 70 range. Only a 35 potential contact. That could be a problem. I don't mind him, though. I kind of like that guy. Let's check out this center fielder. 65 range. Josh Kuhn has low work ethic. No thank you. Some more shortstops here. Guy's got a good bat, but he's not a shortstop. That guy's somewhat interesting. 70 range, but no bat. Yeah, I don't know. I think Childry's my favorite guy here. Just because there's no one with a decently high floor, like I think Pintoa had last year. Maybe maybe that's my memory failing me. But there's no one whose floor is high enough here that it's worth playing it safe and not taking Childry's ceiling. Yeah, so I'm going to take Childry, who's who my scout recommends. He's under slot by like 1.5 million. That's pretty cool. And he just turned 18. All right. Childry is our guy. All right. Who are we recommending next? Josh Kuhn. I believe we just looked at him. Yeah. I don't like the low work ethic, but the 65 range with that bat, I definitely like. Pretty bad eye there, but good intelligence. Not really doing anything for me. Nate Donald seems fine. This guy's got a pretty high ceiling in terms of power. Josh Jacobson. Josh Kuhn, where you looked at. Caleb Lindley. He's not a shortstop, though. Yeah, I don't know. And that's the end of the 45 guys. Let's see what we got in terms of starting pitchers. Bobby Jonas out there. He wants slot. High intelligence, good loyalty. But again, those pitches are worrisome. High school pitchers are just so risky. Ken Fouts I find more interesting. I don't know. I don't love what's going on with pitchers out here in this draft. This is the most interesting guy, just because I think he can actually be a starter. But yeah, I'm not in love with any of these pitchers. This guy's a reliever. He's probably going to be a pretty good one if he can get his control figured out. Oh, a circle change. That's fun. Yeah, I don't know. Remember I think the 24 draft was kind of unimpressive. The 25 draft I liked a lot. And this draft is kind of in between. Like, there are some guys who are decent, but there's no one, awesome. I don't know. Josh Kuhn, I think, is fine, but I don't like drafting a high work ethic guy this early. Or a low work ethic guy. I'd rather go with, a high intelligence guy. But I don't like that guy's defensive profile. This is another corner outfield bat. So if I ask for a shortstop, he's recommending Jacobson, right? Yeah. If I ask just for all batters, he's recommending this guy for some reason, who's a 20 out of 20. That makes no sense. Second base. Third base is not really doing anything for me. He can play all over the diamond, though. Let's check the corner outfields, too. Jim Rimme. Yeah, I don't know. There's no guy here that I'm super into. Let's just keep keep looking. Yeah, he really likes that guy for some reason. All outfielders. Colton Hartman, that makes no sense. Starting pitcher recommendation is this Bobby Jonas guy, who I don't love. I think I'll just yield to my scout, I guess, and go with Josh Kuhn. He can't play any infield. I mean, he could fake it as a center field for you. 65 range is okay. Don't love the work ethic. He can play corner outfield really well. Yeah, and he's well below slot. I'm just going to go with him. I'm going to yield to my scout here because there's just no one that I'm super sold on. So, Josh Kuhn it is. And Wilson Twig Ruiz, a high school center fielder. Man, another guy with just like, low work ethic again. Really good floor, or really good ceiling, but man, that floor is low with these high school bats. Devin Moore, we've talked about. I mean, Devin Moore could be a decent player. Like, give him a year or two and he could play. I mean, he can play all over the diamond for you. Oh, wow. 70 outfield range, 65 infield range. I kind of like this guy. Like, I mean, I feel like he's a gold glove possible center fielder. I feel like he could be a gold glove second baseman, a decent shortstop, a gold glove third baseman, a gold glove corner outfielder. And his bat isn't terrible. He's not going to hit for any power. He wants slot. Didn't hit a home run in either of his last 2 years. He put it at Missouri State. Let's just check these other guys here. I think I've already looked at it. Yeah, really low floor. Really low floor. Infield range I like there on Tyler Polk. He's 1.3 million though. He wants a well over slot. 70 range. Kind of a similar guy here, but his to the other guys looking at with the low power, good range, good avoid case, but he also has no eye. So we'll skip him. And then we start getting in. Yeah, I kind of like I like Devin Moore. We're going to go with him. I'm going to overrule my scout there. Bonus demand of just 40,000. The recommended slot of 590. Cool. Not really doing it to save money, but I don't mind. All right, next we've got Bobby Douglas, a high school first baseman with low work ethic yet again. Let's see, what are we looking at starting pitchers? We got an impossible guy here. Here's a 40 guy with slot. Yeah, let's see who my scout recommends from starting pitchers. Jim Cole. High intelligence. Oof. Well, I mean, he's got fastball splitter, and that slider is borderline. He's a ground baller, just a 40 stamina. I mean, I'd rather wait a round or two on pitchers, but if I do, I'm probably going to be drafting even. If I want to get a couple decent flyers and pitchers, I probably need to go with one now. So my scout is recommending who? Again, Bobby Douglas. Yeah, I don't care about him at this point. Shortstop-wise, Kellen Thurlow, who looks like an awesome fielder with a piss-poor bat. Center fielder, Cesar Prado, great fielder, but that eye discipline is likely to be a problem. He's 20 with good work ethic, though. Yeah, I'm going to draft him. I like his glove enough that I'm going to take him. All right. Scouting director recommendation here. Ooh, recommending a starting pitcher, Andy Bourne. Ooh, a college player with high leadership, high adaptability, and most importantly, high work ethic. He's got 3 pitches already. His control is horrendous. His stuff and movement do not look that good. But for a 5th round pick, really just not a bad pick. What about batters? Who's he recommending for us? This guy still. What is up with that? Center fielder, Jeff Noble. Shortstop. That guy still. Let's look at our batters. Another really good fielder here, but I don't think as bad is going to cut it. Same there. Yeah, Bobby Douglas probably is the bat who I like the most. Just quickly scanning here. But yeah, I'm going to go with that pitcher, Andy Bourne. So that's the end of the first 5 rounds. I'll end it there and finish the rest of the draft online and then or offline. And then next video I'll come back and give you a more thorough update on the team, preview the trade deadline, and then we'll go through the deadline and make some deals. And yeah, welcome to the Phillies 5 newest draft picks. All these guys are very signable. And Steve Childrey hopefully is our starting right fielder maybe when Bryce's contract runs out in 5 seasons or whenever it is. Talk to you guys next time. Bye.